Namaskar, I'm Nidhi Kumar and you're watching Science Time, a show that brings to you the best that science offers, from exciting developments in science and technology to futuristic solutions. Union Minister Dr Jitendra Singh announces India's first indigenously developed vaccine, CERVAVAC, for the prevention of cervical cancer, how the brain generates rhythmic behavior, and bioengineering better photosynthesis increases yields in food crops. Let's begin with story number 1. A new complete vehicle intelligence system and health monitoring system solution for electric. Union Minister of State, Independent Charge Science and Technology, Minister of State, Independent Charge Earth Sciences, MOSPMO, Personal Public Grievances, Pensions, Atomic Energy and Space, Dr. Jitendra Singh announces India's first indigenously developed vaccine, CERVAVAC, for the prevention of cervical cancer, announcing the scientific completion of the quadrivalent of human papillomavirus vaccine in the presence of Mr. Adar C. Poonawala, CEO, Serum Institute of India, Pune, and other prominent scientists and dignitaries. Dr. Jitendra Singh said, "This affordable and cost-effective vaccine marks an important day for DBT and BIRAC as it takes India a step closer to Prime Minister Modi's vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat." Dr. Jitendra Singh pointed out that cervical cancer ranks as the second most prevalent cancers in India and accounts for nearly 1/4 of the world's cervical cancer deaths, despite being largely preventable. He said, current estimates indicate that every year approximately 1.25 lakh women are diagnosed with cervical cancer and over 75,000 die from the disease in India, and 83% of invasive cervical cancers are attributed to HPV 16 or 18 in India and 70% of cases worldwide. The minister said the most promising intervention for preventing cervical cancer is vaccination against human papillomavirus. It is estimated that HPV type 16 and 18 together contribute to approximately 70% of all invasive cervical cancer cases worldwide. And with that, let's begin with story number 2. Friends, most of our bodily functions, such as walking, breathing, chewing, are controlled by brain circuits called central oscillators, which generate rhythmic firing patterns that regulate these behaviors. MIT neuroscientists have now discovered the neuronal identity and mechanism underlying one of these circuits, an oscillator that controls the rhythmic back and forth sweeping of tactile whiskers or whisking in mice. This is the first time that any such oscillator has been fully characterized in mammals. The MIT team found that the whisking oscillator consists of a population of inhibitory neurons in the brainstem that fires rhythmic bursts during whisking. As each neuron fires, it also inhibits some of the other neurons in the network, allowing the overall population to generate a synchronous rhythm that retracts the whiskers from their protracted positions. We have defined a mammalian oscillator molecularly, electrophysiologically, functionally, and mechanistically, said Fan Wang, a MIT professor of brain and cognitive sciences and a member of MIT's McGovern Institute for Brain Research. It is very exciting to see, he said, a clearly defined circuit and mechanism of how a rhythm is generated in a mammal. The study is published in the journal Nature. And with that, we take you to story number 3. For the first time, ripe researchers have proven that multi-gene bioengineering of photosynthesis increases the yield of a major food crop in field trials. After more than a decade of working towards this goal, a collaborative team led by the University of Illinois has transgenically altered soybean plants to increase the efficiency of photosynthesis, resulting in greater yields without loss of quality. And realizing the increased photosynthetic efficiency, or RIPE, is an international research project that aims to increase global food production by improving photosynthetic efficiency in food crops for smallholder farms in sub-Saharan Africa, with support from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation for Food and Agriculture Research, and UK Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office. Photosynthesis, the natural process all plants use to convert sunlight into energy and yield, is a surprisingly inefficient 100+ step process that ripe researchers have been working on to improve this more than a decade. In this first of its kind work recently published in Science, this group improved the VPZ construct within the soybean plant to improve photosynthesis and then to conduct field trials to see if the yield would be improved as a result. And with this, friends, we come to this end of this edition of Science Time. We'll be back with more exciting stories from the world of science next week. Until then, stay tuned to India Science. Keep watching India Science. Namaskar. Thank you for watching.